I'm Ann Messerschmidt, the Environmental Resources Specialist with the City of Lakeville, here today with another Nature Connections. And joining me today is Kurt Kudron with the Dakota County Soil and Water Conservation District. Kurt, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we're doing out here today?
Sure. Well, today we're installing a rain garden. So this is a resident who went through our Blue Thumb program. They went to the classes this winter, an introductory course and a design course, and so we've designed a rain garden specifically for their property. So today we're going to go through the installation process and document it and have it as an example installation.
All right, for the people who don't know about the Blue Thumb program, do you want to go a little bit into the specifics about how they would get to this point of putting a rain garden at their house?
Well, really with this, we have an educational program that we start with. And so we have a design class during the winter that we go through and we site-specific design a project. And so people come in with a drawing of their property, have all the utilities marked, and we design around those so that we have a spot where we know we have a water source and we have a spot where we can soak in water to the ground.
And why in general would people want to put a rain garden? What's the benefit of putting a rain garden at a residence?
Well, there's actually multiple benefits. One is that you can get a lot of that water that would normally run off and carry a lot of pollutants into our water bodies. You can get it to soak into the ground on the site before it picks up a lot of those pollutants and carries them away. Another benefit is that we use a lot of native plants, and so you can attract a lot of wildlife and have a lot of variety in your front yard.
All right, so now that we got the specifics about everything, let's get started.
All right, let's go. Well, kind of our general process for putting in a rain garden is to first of all obviously look at where the water's coming from so we can get it to the rain garden. So we went through the design and basically placed it so that we had easy access from the downspout to send the water down into the rain garden. In this case, we're going to use the dry creek bed. With that layout, we also look at the soil balance, so making sure that we have enough soil to dig the depression and also to build the berm. So we try to balance that out so we don't have to move too much soil off-site or on-site. After the shape's laid out, we come through with a sod cutter, remove all the sod off the surface, and then we use a tiller to loosen up the soils. And with that, we basically loosen them and then rake soils as we go onto the berm. So we move the soils so we have a depression and then a kind of a ridge or an elevated area that holds the water back. Use a line level and basically pull it across from a fixed point. That allows us to make sure that we're at the correct elevation anywhere in the rain garden. After we're pretty close in the elevation, then we add compost, and we really make sure that we mix that in well. So we use the tiller to mix it and incorporate it into that whole layer of the underlying soils. Once we have final grading done, then we work on the edging. So placing that edging, typically we'll use a plastic edging. It really helps to keep the grass from encroaching and kind of keeps it a little bit neater, gives it a nice formal edge to it. After the edging is in, it's shredded hardwood mulch. Place that down about 3 inches thick throughout the rain garden, and then add our plants, and that pretty much wraps it up.
So Kurt, it looks like we have a variety of native plants as well as some cultivars. You want to tell us a little bit about these?
Right, well we picked a good selection of cultivars that have good showy colors as well as a lot of natives that will attract a lot of the butterflies and birds. So we've got some blazing star, some Joe Pye weed, marsh milkweed, so a lot of stuff that's going to bring in a lot of wildlife. And all these plants are deep-rooted plants, so they'll help the water soak in, and once they get a root system developed, they'll let that water soak in even faster.
So thanks for coming out, Kurt, and helping with this project. If you'd like to install a rain garden on your own property, please give me a call at 952-985-4528.